I'm Coach Thomas Scott, and if you're listening or watching this podcast, it means one thing. You want to learn how to get buckets from the best in the world. This is the Hoopers Podcast. This is Buckets and Breakdowns. Welcome back for another episode of Buckets and Breakdowns. Got a very special guest. I mean, this guy is a pillar to the basketball culture. The summer is his, multiple times. Man, I'm talking about, he's gone viral, man, so many times. He's going against your favorite players. They call him Frank Nitty Sessions. And I just appreciate you taking the time to join us with this Baller's Life episode of Buckets and Breakdowns. Franklin Sessions, what's up, man?
Man, what's good, man? How you been?
Man, I'm good, just hanging in there, talking buckets and breakdowns with some of the best to do it.
Man, appreciate y'all having me on, man. Appreciate it.
No doubt, man. So, I want to talk about where it all started, man. First off, when did you realize that you could get buckets?
When did I realize? Probably in JUCO, bro. I was a super late bloomer. So my coach, I think my first year in JUCO, I played at Irvine Valley and I rode the bench. And then my assistant coach got the head coaching job. Andy Brown got the head coaching job at Saddleback and took me with him. And we ain't really had nobody like that. So he actually just, put a team in my hands and was like, do what you can. And that's when I kind of figured out how to play and how to find my spots, what I was good at, how to keep the team involved, and basically just how to win.
So, you went to JUCO. I spent some time in JUCO. You know what I mean? It's a grind, and you really got to put that work in. You got a lot of distractions. You got all kinds of things that's happening because you're really close to home still. How are you able to zero in and focus in to get to that next level? I think you went to Weber State from there, right?
Yep, I went to Weber State right out of there. To be honest, I went to JUCO in Orange County, which is like 50 minutes from LA. So low key, I didn't drive back then really. So I wasn't close to home. So I didn't have all the normal distractions that everybody else had. Because for me to go back and forth, it was a 2-hour drive. And ain't nobody just gonna take you, 2 hours anywhere.
Right.
To be honest, man, I just stayed in the house with the teammates and kind of just gamed and stayed locked in for the most part.
Right. That's what's up. So we got something in common, right? You went to Weber State for a year. I was recruited out of Weber State. My grandfather went to Weber State. I don't know if you saw Alan Holmes. He's in the little Hall of Fame when you were there, but
no, I didn't even see that.
Yeah, he was there, my dad's dad, and that's where he got all his talent from. But yeah. So talk about that experience out there at Weber State. I know you played with Dame a little bit too.
Yeah. The experience was dope, man. I was young and dumb.
Watch your thumb. Watch your thumb.
My bad.
All right, talk about that experience about Weber State, how that went.
I was young and dumb, man, and kind of took the experience for granted. So it was fun. I had a good time, but I made things a little hard for myself, especially that level of basketball. I feel like once you get to Division I basketball, like your weakness is they're scouted a lot more and they come through more. So what you can and can't do and how teams load up against you, all that kind of frustrated me. And when I just wanted to, work on my game, we was doing like plays and stuff, and it just wasn't something I was used to. So it was actually difficult for me on the basketball side of things. But typically, like if we was just in the gym battling and just playing, man, I had fun. Going, me and Dame going at it, and our other teammates and stuff, man, it was a good time. For the most part, the dorms was fun, man. Got some crazy moments in the dorms, but it was a dope experience. It was a dope experience, man, and I wouldn't trade any of those friendships, man. I'm still cool with all those guys.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. My roommate ended up going there, Terrell Stovall, and from JUCO, and he loved it. And he was like, I should have been there with him. But life changes, and we all have setbacks. But the thing is, we make major comebacks when we lock in. And I know along your path, along your journey, that you had to take a step back to take 2 steps forward. Talk about that a little bit. I know, you went from hooping and then, you kind of went back into the workforce and kind of regain your confidence. Can you break that down a little bit?
Yeah, I think I was still hooping after Weber State. I bounced back to Cal State LA. And then I basically made a G League team, but I ended up breaking my hand in the game. And that set me back. And then once that happened, I think I got released, and then it was just hard to find another gig, to be honest. So I think I gave it, 6 months. I think like 6 months to a year. And I was like, all right, I got to give me a gig. I can't just sit around. So I ended up going to get a regular job, man. And then my mindset while I had a regular job was to just stay in shape. And I'm not the workout, go run around the track to stay in shape type of dude. So I was like, I'm going to just do what I do best and keep playing basketball. And I mean, I was playing in adult leagues. I was playing Venice Beach. I was playing 24s, LA Fitness. Wherever the runs was at, I was hooping just because I wanted to stay in shape. So I feel like just playing against a bunch of different type of people. Doesn't matter how good, doesn't matter how bad. That didn't matter. All I was worried about was playing basketball, man. Just competing. I don't know. I love to compete. So that always kept me ahead of the curve. I feel like that always kept me like on my A game.
That's what's up. And that competition. We from the West Coast, man. And you from the heart of where the Drew League is from, man. You from Watts, right? Are you?
Yes, sir.
So yes. I think a lot of that, like if you've never been in that Drew League environment, you know what I'm saying? You don't really understand it. You can watch it, but it's something that you really got to feel. And I think where you from, I think really pours into your competitiveness. Would you agree?
100%. It's just you can't back down. Not where we from. You back down, man. The game will swallow you whole. It ain't for. It has no mercy, man. You gotta. I love their motto: no excuse, just produce. So that's kind of what it is, man. It kind of that chip on my shoulder, that dog mentality. That's all where I'm from, man. It's all Watts.
Yes, sir. So to me, I think you a young legend. You know what I mean? And seeing some of these games in the Drew League and you really getting into people defensively and offensively. So I don't want to misquote. 4-time MVP in the Drew or 3-time?
3-time.
3-time MVP.
3-time MVP, 1-time defensive player of the year, and 1 championship.
Man, so you had some great matchups, man, and you're one of those guys I kind of compare to like those Allen Iversons, those Tim Hardaways, because you have moves, a certain move, it's coming, but people just can't stop it. Break down that in and out dribble, man. Talk about that in and out, man, because it's one of the coldest I've ever seen, and you got so many counters.
Because I have to have those counters. Everybody know. And it's funny because everybody always say, Frank, you got like 2 moves. I do, bro, but them 2 moves is never ending. So I read the defense. So for the most part, man, my in and out, it always starts as an in and out. I hit you with like a slight in and out just to see how your body move. And depending on how you bite on it, I know what's next. And if let's say you cut it off, in and out, you cut the in and out going left off, I'm either push it back right or spin back right. So it just depends on how you defended it. So I kind of just got that from, like I said, the different type of people guarding me. A lot of people struggle guarding that in and out because everybody used to a right to left crossover.
Right.
So everybody used to, and I hate right to left crossover because it's easy to get picked and then they go another way for a dunk.
Right.
So I've always kept in mind that the in and out is the safest, and then the counters off of it, man, they're endless. I'm not even gonna lie to you, they're endless. They open up so many doors, man. Defensively, offensively. Like I can't tell you how much I've how much success I've had off that one move.
Right. Man, and you know, it's crazy. You would think that all somebody could do is back up and try and wait for you to drive into them. But your
That's a
jump
fact.
shot, is deadly too. You
I
know.
worked on it, man. I swear. My guy Keon Kendrick, man, he told me 3 summers in a row, man, like, man, I'll change your life. Just give me 1 summer in the gym. Cause I never worked out. I started working out at 28. My first actual trainer and to work out and work on my game and work on my falls was at 28 years old. So when I got in the gym that first year, man, and as soon as the Drew came up, I immediately saw results. It was the craziest thing I ever seen, man. Keon 100% changed my life because everybody knew, like, back up. He's too fast. You're not gonna stay in front of him. He takes the contact when you try to bump him and goes through it. So everybody was just backing up. And that year, that was my viral year because it was like you can't push up and you can't drop back. So it was either double me or it was a bucket or a foul.
No, for real. And that's what it was. And you get that island, and you know, my man is over there hyping you up, Frank Nitty.
Oh,
Nitty. And every dribble, yeah, Nitty.
That's a fact. That's the best part.
Yes, sir. And so, you know, I love to see it as a fan. You know, I coached in the Drew, and I was also sometimes having to play. And I ain't gonna lie, my last competitive game was against you in game, and we lost pretty bad. I tried to go for a tip dunk, man. I think I tore my meniscus and played through it. I had a solid 10. But
man, it's different out there. I feel like people always think the Drew is sweet until they out there, and then you got fans talking to you. You got the announcer on your head if you trucking. You got your teammates telling you to pass the ball if you don't look right. They subbing you out quick. Like, it's a lot that go into the Drew. You can't just be out there, you know, taking it easy. That's why I always play both ends of the floor, man. I always play both ends of the floor because I don't ever want somebody to say, oh, I was chilling that day. No, you wasn't. I made sure you wasn't chilling because I was strapping up and I'm talking shit and then I'm coming down trying to get buckets. Yep. So it just depends on how you want to approach the day. If you want to approach the day like, oh, yeah, I wasn't really playing hard, you a lie. The announcer made sure you was. I made sure you was. And the crowd made sure you was.
And the camera should, because it's going viral. They know what they stepping into. It's a show.
Exactly, man. That's why I like when James and Montrez and all them come down there and they dunking and shooting threes on people and crossing. That's how it's supposed to be, man. You ain't supposed to, the game. You don't cheat the game, bro. You don't cheat the game. Anytime you walk off the court and say, oh, I was chilling. That's not how it works. It's not how it works.
I feel that. So, you know, you had some legendary matchups. One of my favorite that you had was against Denzel Valentine, you know, because I felt like you wanted him to understand, like, this is the Drew, like, welcome. And anybody that's really played in the Drew, that's a staple like yourself, gives these pros that welcome. It ain't always warm, but it's a welcome.
That's a fact. That's a fact. I mean, I just wanted him to see. I mean, he said a couple things, and I just wanted him to see that here in the Drew, like, it ain't, your money ain't on the line. Yo, what you've done in college ain't on the line, man. This ain't for no. This is for free. This is for free, bro. So all that, what you've done and where you at and what you're doing, that's cool. That's great. More power to you. Congrats on all the success. But this right here is hold your own. So that's kind of what it was, man. And a lot of people, you know, it ain't for everybody. I can tell you that. It ain't for everybody. Draymond Green actually FaceTimed me one time and was talking about it. And he was just like, why you think I ain't been at a Drew? He was like, it ain't for me. I'm a team player, bro. It ain't for me. So I can respect that.
That's funny, man. So, you know, recently you played against Trae Young in the Drew. What I liked about that was you went at him offensively and defensively. You know, he had to respect. He had to respect, and you stopped him about 3 times in a row and made it really difficult for him. And a lot of people in the pros still can't figure that out. What were you able to do to kind of slow him down and make it a challenge and make him respect your name?
To be honest, man, with him, you got to keep a hand. I've always been good at guarding shooters because I can keep my hand up and slide my feet at the same time. That's if you ever watch defenders, like a lot of people have their hands down or not ready. Like if you ever see me defending, like I got a video breakdown with James Harden with Baller's Life that I talk about this same thing. I keep a hand up because I know how well they can shoot.
Right.
So I kind of just kept the hand up, and I'm pretty fast laterally. So I felt like my speed can match his speed. It wasn't until he started using the pick and roll when I was like, man, this kid's a pro.
Right.
Once he used the pick and roll, bro, I said, you are an NBA talent. Because when I said he read the shit out of the floor, man, he read the floor from whoever was open. Always had his head up, came off the screen. Floater is immaculate. It just made the game. So we ended up winning, but it just made the game so much easier for him, man. Granted, everybody when they get to the Drew, they want to play one-on-one because that's the type of basketball it is. It's, have fun, play one-on-one, but that wasn't working for him. When he went to the pick and roll, I can 100% say I couldn't guard him. It was nothing I can do when he went to the pick and roll. That's how good he was, man. Same thing with LaMelo. Same with LaMelo. I used to tell people I didn't get to play him, but I used to tell people all the time, just I watch basketball and I can realize and I can see when somebody uses a pick and roll and can read the floor and make the right shots and decisions, man, you good. You good.
Right, man. So I'll just obviously you won some MVPs. You ever won a championship in the Drew?
Yeah, I won one.
Okay, that's what's up, man.
We beat DeLon Wright, Darrell Wright, Jordan Crawford. We beat a nice team in the championship, to be honest, man.
Word.
It was a good team.
We got all the way to the finals and blew it. I ain't going to talk about all of that, but we got it there. We had Craig, Julian Wright,
I remember that.
Jerome. We got to the championship and blew it, and it still bothers me to this day because I want my name, our names up there, on those banners that's there. But so, moving on from the Drew, man, I want to talk about the big three. And this is a little bit of insight, as director of basketball operations. I really wanted you to be a part of the big three because I felt like you were a part of the culture and a younger generation. And you like basketball. You're the pros' favorite player, right? They checking their phones to see what you're doing every weekend at the Drew. And I was like, yo, we need to have that in the big three. Everybody was asking, man, he should be in the NBA, or why is this, that, and the other. So I felt it was important that we gave you that opportunity to showcase your talent in person, in New York, in Chicago, all these places. And that was dope. So, I remember we were having these splash alerts, right? And let's say we had like Steve Blake. Okay, you had maybe, 5,000 likes and all these comments, but the moment we announced that you were playing in the Drew League, in the big three, I swear, like people were shocked, and it really went crazy around the world. The reception we got, like, is this really happening? Like, oh man, big three's about to be crazy this summer. Talk about how it was for you to join the big three and be a part of it.
Man, it was super amazing, dude. I was shocked. I was telling wifey the whole time, like, I don't even think this real, man. Like, at one point I was like, what the hell am I doing here? Like, it's just, because everybody there was stamped. Everybody there was stamped, league, all-star appearance, like, just, and stuff like that don't just happen for, just anybody. So I was super, super blessed and thankful for the opportunity. And, I just wanted to go out there and show that I can compete. Granted, these guys are like out of their prime, but at the end of the day, like, these are still vets, man. They know the game. They know, what they looking at. They know pretty much everything about basketball. Even Clyde Drexler and them used to talk to me too and just tell me, man, you definitely could have had a shot. And I was just, like I said, I've always just been happy to play the game, man. NBA is cool, but I'm just happy providing for the family, man, and competing at any level. I just love to compete, man. My dream was to never, I'm making it to the NBA. Like, that was never, ever my dream, man. You can ask anybody going back from skateboarding.
That's
I
right.
truly just wanted to enjoy the game, man. Compete at the highest level I could get to, and let the rest take care of itself.
Right, man. And I'm gonna just add something to that because like even Cube, right? You got the attention of Cube, right? So
Yeah,
like I said, the likes, the comments were going crazy. Like, you're a superstar. They're like, yo, who is this kid? Like, can he really play? And I'm like, I sent him a few links. You going at
yeah,
James and Gilbert and Denzel Valentine. I was like, yo, this guy embodies everything and the direction that we're trying to go with Big Three for the future. And we get this guy to be a part of the Big Three, then we get a whole nother set of eyeballs that we need. And the
one hundred
level of
percent,
competition is going to go up. As you
one
can
hundred
see, I
percent.
got my Killer Threes gear on right now.
Hey,
Representing Clay.
we changed that whole team around, man. The year I came on, we changed the whole team around, man. They had us to finish like dead last or something like that. I'm like, nah, nah,
Yeah.
nah, nah, that ain't
So,
happening.
so I'm gonna go over a couple key moments that you had in the Big Three. One was you got my man Corey Maggette on the island, and
I missed that shot. I remember that. I remember that.
you hit him with the in and out, the signature in and out. Was it the sham with it?
It
It
was
was
an in and out, and he kind of bit, but he didn't. So I had to push it left to right,
uh-huh.
and then I had to stop. I think I went for a step back. I had to stop on the dime and go for a step back because it looked like he was going to run to the basket with me.
Yeah, man, it was cold, man. It was cold, and then
I remember that, and it's funny because only reason why I had to counter so many times because me and him play each other a lot in Orange County. So
yeah, he knows.
he know my game. He know my game, and we used to go at it too. So he used to say the same thing when we was going at it in our open runs. He's like, what you gonna do in the Big Three if you know you out here? I can guard you and all that. I'm like, man,
That can't
shut
nobody
up,
really
man.
guard you. It's just a matter of you making or missing. I mean, you one of
That's
them
it, man.
guys.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? So
That's
then
it.
here's another moment, man. We in Brooklyn, man. We in New York. We in Brooklyn. You got Fat Joe on the side. You got Jim Jones. They all court side. I think Jadakiss was there. And you going up against my man Carlos Arroyo, and you hit him with a cold move.
Oh, baseline move.
Oh man, talk about that real quick, man. We got to talk about that bucket.
I don't even remember what the move was, to be honest, because he was solid on defense, and I had an off night that night, so that was one of the moves I had to pull out of my bag just to get me a for sure bucket. So I don't even remember what the move was. I just remember I was baseline. I remember him kind of buckling, but I mean, again, like shit, they beat us that game. So
yeah,
like I said, I don't remember a lot from that game.
all I really remember was that New York, you can feel the electricity. They was excited to see you in person. And any little thing, you could have just did a hezzy, a quick pump fake. It was, ooh, that crowd was.
They was ready.
That was my favorite crowd. That was one of my favorite crowds. And then lastly, you did a move, a top of the key, Quintel Woods. You hit him with that in and out, the top, pump in, put the shoulder into his body.
Oh, and got the layup.
Yeah, man.
I had to. He recovered from that in and out so fast, man. And he tall. So, like, I had to put my body into him and figure out a way to finish just to protect myself from getting my shot blocked.
Right. You got to do what you got to do to get a bucket. So we're going to go through. Oh, wait a minute. Hold up. I can't move on now. Last question about the Big Three. You got to the championship, man. You got to play at the Staples Center.
Barely.
I know, man. But just talk about what it meant to just play in front of the home crowd in the championship.
Man, I'm gonna tell you that whole atmosphere was dope, man. It was a lot of people that came out for me. It was a lot of people that hit me up about it. It was an awesome opportunity. I had Stack fighting for me to get a starting spot. It didn't end up happening, but Stack was going crazy. Like, you got to start him for his hometown, man. It would have been fun to start, but I ended up coming off the bench super late, missing my first two shots, and I could never get a rhythm. But it was just happy to be able to, be on that stage in front of like all the home fans, man. It was a dope feeling for real.
For sure, man. You had Brian in the building. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
awesome, man. It was
facts.
awesome.
Awesome, man. Awesome.
You know, we do a little fill in the blank, right? Here we go. So who brought the best out of you? It could be a defender, a
Where
teammate, a
at?
coach, anywhere.
Where at?
Just period. Who's brought the best
In
out of
life?
you? No, like on the floor. Like if
On the
you,
court.
yeah, on the court.
In a game.
Yep.
What about the best out of me? Ugh. I'm gonna say one was DeLon Wright, just because of I had to play a different way, and that was the year we won the championship in the Drew. I'm going to say the best out of me. Oh, three people. I'm gonna say James Harden, just because the way he was making shots and making the game difficult for me, man, it was tough. He's a lot better defender than a lot of people think. Like, I don't care what nobody say.
I agree.
A lot better than what a lot of people think. And then lastly, who bought the best out of me? I'm gonna say Dame. We used to go at it in practice.
Man,
Dame
I wish I was a fly on the wall for that.
Man, we see, and you know he the same. He ain't gonna back down from nothing and nobody, man. That summer I got there before, season started, and we used to play a lot of pickup. Man, we used to go at it, boy. We used to go at it. Good times for sure.
Man, that's awesome. Okay, now a couple of moves, all-time moves. What's the best go-to move of all time? Fadeaway or sky hook?
Out of those two?
Yeah.
Sky hook.
Ooh, you're the first to say the sky hook.
You can't stop. You can't block it. I ain't never seen nobody block a sky hook.
Hey, I grew up on the sky hook, man. I grew up on it. So, there's no wrong answer. That's the thing. But,
that's the fact. That's the fact.
I
feel like everybody going to choose fadeaway because everybody does a fadeaway, even till this day.
Right.
You don't see too many sky hooks, but it's like I've seen a few people contest or block a fadeaway jumper like that. That ain't hard. But if you ever have a person who got a sky hook down pat and they put that shoulder into you and shoot it,
and that arm right there,
you ain't blocking it.
For
you
sure.
Ain't no way. Ain't no way.
For sure. Allen Iverson crossover, James Harden snatch back to the step back. Which one? AI. Ooh.
AI changed the game with that crossover. He had everybody in the world learning that.
Right.
The step back, everybody was already stepping back. James just added his extra to it. He just was smooth with it. But AI changed the game with that left to right cross or that right to left.
I feel you. Like I said, no wrong answer. It's just the way the game has evolved on that. And then, here's another one: the floater or the Euro step.
Ooh, that's tough. I'm going floater. That's another thing that you just can't block. If somebody cut your Euro step off good, I feel like it's dead. The floater, it ain't nothing. You dead in the water.
Right.
They call it the giant killer for a reason.
Right. For sure. So, lastly, if you could play one-on-one with anybody, who would it be?
Patrick Beverly.
Why?
Patrick Beverly. Because he going to strap up and he going to talk that shit. He going to strap up and he going to talk. So I feel like he going to bring the best out of me possible, or I'm going to go back to the drawing board and learn some stuff and work on some stuff, and then I need my get back.
Facts. Well, I know you all the way out in Qatar right now, right?
Yes, sir.
I know it's the time difference, man. I know you out there hooping, playing overseas, doing what you do. Quick sum up. What have you been able to do out there in Qatar, man? Like, tell these people what you've been doing out there, man. Some of these accolades you've been getting.
Well, we 19-1. We won the league championship. We won our first cup. I was all import, player of the year, and guard of the year, I believe. And and we in the semifinals for our next cup right now. So we had a pretty crazy year so far. I'll say that, man. The year's been crazy for sure. I'm shooting my best percentage from three this year, just about 40%. So I'm excited, man. I'm excited. It's been a hell of a year.
Well, look, man, congrats to you. I'm happy for you, proud of you, man, from everything you've been through to where you are now, taking care of your family, yourself, inspiring the next generation of hoopers, taking the time to join me on Buckets and Breakdowns, presented to you by Baller's Life. My man, Frank Nitty, AKA Franklin Session. We call you Frank Nitty. That's
man,
your real name is the nickname.
Nah, real talk though, because I swear, if you say like, yo, Franklin Session Planet, people like who? Frank Nitty.
Yeah.
I got that a lot, man. So I appreciate y'all having me on, man. Appreciate all the love. I appreciate you helping me with the big three too, man. That was huge for my family, and I loved it, man. Good looks.
Yeah, no doubt, man. That picture we took, me, you, and Frank Robinson, man, that's legendary right
man.
there at the draft.
Crazy,
so,
bro.
Yes,
Crazy,
sir.
man.
Yes, sir, man. Well, I'm happy for you, man. Thank you. Best of luck. And I'm going to be in contact with you and looking forward to seeing you this summer when we back at it.
Man, run it back, baby. And I'm mad Joe Johnson said he coming back. So we got to figure something out, man, because he ain't stealing another ship from me. No way.
Yeah, man. It's going up this summer. All right, y'all. Peace out. That's my man, Franklin Nitty. And we going to be back with another episode of Buckets and Breakdowns coming soon. Peace.